The man sneaked into his wife's boudoir secretly. He was astonished to find that his wife's sleeping posture seemed a bit abnormal. It was already 8 in the morning. He patted the bed to wake his wife up, but his wife didn't respond at all. So he grabbed the sleeve and lifted his wife's hand. The man was so scared that he covered his mouth, thinking to himself, couldn't his wife, who was worth trillions, be dead? Thinking of this, he tremblingly put his finger in front of his wife's nose. The almost imperceptible breath made him unsure, so he held his breath and put his ear closer. But his wife suddenly woke up at this moment. To ease the awkwardness, the man directly kissed his wife. The reason why the man did this was just because he no longer wanted to be bullied by the woman. But in front of his wife, he still dared not express his anger. Hyunwoo was a top student graduated from Korea University. He was supposed to have a bright future working in a large group. But at this time, an intern broke into his life. Seeing the newcomer always kicking the printer, Hyunwoo, who was kind-hearted, warmly came forward to help. But he didn't know that Hae-in was actually the boss's daughter. He even called Hae-in to the stairwell and urged her to perform well as an intern. He said that he would be worried inexplicably when he saw you being scolded by the minister. After some time, love gradually grew between them. On Christmas Eve, it was raining. Hyunwoo mustered up his courage and confessed to Hae-in. Hyunwoo told her that even if you were fired from the company, I am willing to earn money to support you. Then he stuffed the umbrella into Hae-in's hand and rushed into the rain with his briefcase on his head. Having spoken his mind, Hyunwoo was extremely happy. But what he didn't know was that Hae-in was picked up and dropped off by a luxury car every day. Hae-in was moved by his action, so she agreed to date him the next day. But when Hyunwoo learned of Hae-in's identity, he was greatly shocked. He resigned and returned to his hometown. However, Hae-in didn't intend to let him go. After Hyunwoo came outside, he found a helicopter flying into his parents' farm. He saw that it was Hae-in he liked who came. He didn't expect that the other party would take the initiative to come to him for this relationship. At this moment, he no longer hesitated, because nothing could stop him from pursuing love. He rushed up and hugged Hae-in tightly. After marriage, Hyunwoo became the enviable son-in-law of a wealthy family. However, only he knew the real pain. In the company, he was the director of the legal department. But as the president, his wife ordered him around. Everyone was used to such things. His wife lost her temper without asking why, forcibly requiring him to modify the already formulated plan. He wanted to explain, but was questioned by his wife. Even worse, when he got home, he still had to face the cold stares of the woman's family. His wife's indifferent attitude pierced his heart deeply. The younger brother-in-law even told his parents that his sister and brother-in-law not only quarreled in the company, but also separated. He stopped when he saw his sister getting angry. But at this time, he pointed the finger at his brother-in-law again, and even ordered his brother-in-law to do things that were not within his responsibility. Hyunwoo said that we each have our own jurisdiction. But at this time, the younger brother-in-law still wouldn't let it go. And the mother-in-law also spoke for the younger brother-in-law. Hyunwoo could only remain silent. Who let him have no status in this family? The mother-in-law then proposed that they should have a baby quickly, so that the rumors of their disharmony outside could be quelled. The father-in-law even made a request that he couldn't accept. He even asked the future child to have their surname. Looking at his wife who seemed indifferent, Hyunwoo was completely disappointed with this family. The long-suppressed emotions completely erupted. That night, he had a big quarrel with his wife. Then he left home angrily by himself. But he didn't know that at this time, his wife found his younger brother-in-law and gave the guy a good beating. Hyunwoo found a friend and cried about his predicament, saying that it was only because he was too handsome and caught Hae-in's heart that his once bright life was ruined. He also said that he had decided to divorce her. His friend saw that he was very drunk and intended to send him home. But he said that someone would send him home. At this time, his friend noticed that there were always two people following him, and couldn't help but feel sorry for this guy. The married life made Hyunwoo miserable, so he came to his wife with the divorce agreement. But before he could speak, his wife said that she had a terminal illness and could only live for 3 months. Hyunwoo was so scared that he tucked the agreement behind his back. Then he confirmed repeatedly if it was really only 3 months left. After getting his wife's affirmative answer, Hyunwoo appeared very sad. But he couldn't squeeze out a single tear and said, "How can I live without you?"